Exam is just 3 weeks away. Let's focus on what matters most. Hi, I'm Terry from Pusat Tuition Teliti. With over 25 years of teaching experience and collective experience in school, I've helped thousands of students improve their result. I created Express Notes to help you revise quickly and effectively. Today's chapter is 5.2, Geometric Progression. Let's begin. So we know a geometric progression is a sequence such that the ratio of two consecutive terms is a constant. So it's always denoted by the symbol R. So your common ratio cannot be 0, it cannot be 1. So how do I know whether it's a geometric? T2 divided T1 equals T3 divided T2. Yeah, or you can say Tn plus 1 divided Tn equals to Tn plus 2 divided Tn plus 1. Okay, any two consecutive terms. Okay, so let's start with example number 15. Okay, the first one, T2 divide T1. 3, 2, 4 divide 4, 8, 6. What do you get? Is it half? No, it's not half. 3, 2, 4 divide 4, 8, 6. I got 2 over 3. Then your T3 divide T2. 2, 4, 3 divide 3, 2, 4. 2, 4, 3. 2, 4, 3 divide 3, 2, 4. What do you get? 3 over 4. So since T2 divide T1 is not the same as T3 divide T2, therefore this is not a geometric progression. Okay, second one. Take T2 divide T1. Your PQ square divide P square over Q. We can flip this upside down. Times Q over P square. Can cancel on. So when you cancel P square with P, Q and Q can multiply together. This will be Q power 3 over P. Then T3 divide T2. Q power 5 divide PQ squared. Again, we can cancel Q power 3 over P. Now I can see that my T2 divide T1 is the same T3 divide T2. Therefore, this is a geometric progression with a common ratio of Q power 3 over P. We know Tn equals to ARn minus 1. You know this, right? Hello? Again, we use what we call induction method. We just sub T1 is A, T2 is AR, T3 is AR2, and so on. We just show by induction, we can come up with this formula Tn equals to ARn minus 1. Okay, very simple example number 16. Okay, first one, how do you find the value of your 8th term? So my A is 96. My common ratio R is 144 divide 96. Okay, guys, 144 divide 96, 3 over 2. Okay, how to find the value of your 8th term, T8? A, R, N minus 1. So 96, 3 over 2, power 7. Answer is, wow, very ugly number. 1640. You can write in fraction 0.25 or 1640 1 over 4. Okay, now then find the term which has the value of 729. 729. That means Tn equals to 729. Your A, R is 3 over 2. N minus 1, 729. Okay, 729 can divide by 96, right? 729 divide 96. Very ugly number as well. 243 over 32. Okay. 243 over 32. Now, 243 over 32 is actually 3 over 2 power something. Power 5, right? Now, you can just use your calculator to validate. Oops, sorry. Use your calculator. It's okay. Power 5 by comparison. Your n minus 1 is 5. Your n should be 6. Another formula that's not given in your textbook, but it's something you don't really need to use the formula. We know T2 divide T1 equals T3 divided T2. The middle term is the square root of the product of these two. Yeah, x and z times together. Now, if you want to use the formula, fine. Don't one is okay one, because you can just use T2 divide T1. Like in this case, your T2 is x plus 2. Your T1 is 2x plus 1. The ratio is the same as T3 divide T2. Okay, I'm going to cross multiply x plus 2 square equals to x
with 2x plus 1. Expand this, x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals to 2x squared plus x. Can we simplify further? Bring everything to the right-hand side. X squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, can we factorize? Factor of 4 and 1 minus plus x is minus 1 and 4. Now, they say all the terms are positive. If all the terms are positive, obviously we can't take negative 1, right? So we take x equals 4. And to find a common ratio, we either sub inside here or here. I think take the second one is easier, right? Guys, isn't the second one easier? My common ratio R is now 4 divided 4 plus 2, which is 6, 4 over 6, 2 over 3. So the first three terms of geometric progressions are 48, 36, and 27. Okay, so all the terms are greater than 1. So find the value of the largest possible last term. Okay, so my A is 48. My common ratio 36 divided 48. What is 36 divided 48? 3 over 4, right? Yeah, isn't it? You can divide by 12. Okay, so you know the subsequent terms getting smaller and smaller. But they say all the terms are greater than 1. So Tn should be more than 1. I want to find the largest possible last term. So we take A, R, n minus 1 more than 1. Can we divide them? Okay, so this is more than 1 over 48. So this is where we're going to introduce logarithm, because we cannot equate them, right? Yeah, we cannot compare them. We're going to bring the power down. And remember, when you take logarithm of a number less than 1, it's always negative. So let's calculate. Log 304 is negative, right? So what happened when you divide with negative? The symbol has to change. So this is actually, let me type this again. Log 1 over 48 divide by log 3 over 4. Everybody, what do you get? Whatever you get here, you must plus 1, right? Remember to change the sign. So if you plus 1 is 14.46. 14.46. Your n should be 14. Be careful. Some people go and write 15. It's not 15. You got to change the symbol. So what is your T14? You want to find the value of your last term. Yeah. So the value of the largest possible last term, your A is 48. Your R is 3 over 4. 14 minus 1 is 13. Okay, this answer is probably a bit ugly. 3 over 4 power 13. You should get 1.140. Yeah, 1.140. I'm sure you've seen this before, right? Sn formula for geometric. Sn equals A, you add together, then you multiply by R, you take equation 2 minus equation 1. So I don't derive for you. I don't show you. You probably done this before, right? So you need to know there are two versions. First version is this. This is the second version. For R more than 1, we use this. For R less than 1, use the second one. But it's okay. But let's say, for example, R is 3, then you accidentally use the second one. Will you get a wrong answer? No, you get the same answer. Okay. All right. So in example number 19, your A first term is 250. Your common ratio, we take 150 divided 250. Is it 305? And you're finding your S6. Use the formula A 1 minus, I'm using the second version, R n minus 1, Rn, and then 1 minus R. Okay, just use your calculator. Okay, actually there's a function that you can use. I think I showed you before, right? Shift sum. You can use this if you want. Your A, your R is 305, power your x minus 1. Your x is this one. So this is useful to find the sum from, let's say, the 5th term to the 10th term. But if you want to find the first to 6, you can put it this way. Yeah, you still get the same answer actually. Yeah, 59521 over 25. Or if you want to change to decimal, also can have 595.84. You look at B now. My A is 14. My common ratio is 42 divided 14, which is 3. Okay, but the problem with B is that, do you know how many terms you have? Do you know what's your n or not? For B, do you know what's your n? No. I need to find my n. So to find my n, I know my Tn is 30618. My A is 14, R is 3, N minus 1, 30618. So let's divide them. 30618. Everybody, 30618 divide 14, 2187. And 2187 is actually 3 power 1. 3 power 7 by comparison. N minus 1 is 7 and is 8. Okay, I'm not done yet because this tells us that the value of the 8th term is this. That means there are 8 terms in this progression. And I'm finding the sum of these first 8 terms. Use the formula A, R, N minus 1, R minus 1. Okay. Calculator, bracket, 3 power 8 minus 1 divide 3 minus 1. Okay, my answer is 45920. 45920. Okay? For the case for R between -1 and 1, right? When your n approaches infinity, we can replace R power n with 0. So this sum becomes A divided by 1 minus R. This is a formula for sum to infinity. Okay, so let's look at example 20. Yeah? So in this example 20, very simple. I want to find sum to infinity. My A is 72. My common ratio is 60 divided 72. Actually, it's easier to use 50 over 60, 5 over 6. Okay, so my sum to infinity is therefore A divided by 1 minus R. Basically, is 72 times 6, right? 72 times 6, 4, 3, 2. Okay, now for B, my A is 5x. My common ratio is 10 divided by 5x, which is 2 over x. My sum to infinity is A divided by 1 minus R. So here we can multiply top and bottom by x. Okay, so what would you get? 5x squared over x minus 2. Okay, there you go. Your answer will be in terms of x. You see there's a sum to infinity. For this progression, the sum to infinity is 72. How do you find the range of values of P? So number one, let's find out your common ratio. We know common ratio is 2p cubed divided 6p squared, which is p over 3. Guys, do you know what is the condition again? Come on, I'll just show you just now, right? R must be what? Less than 1, but more than -1. Your R must be between -1 and 1. That's the condition, right? So let's sub inside your R with p over 3, multiply everybody by 3. My p has a range between -3 to 3. Yeah, this one is a bit interesting. Okay, but how do you find the value of p? If your sum to infinity is 72, we use the formula A divided by 1 minus R. R is p over 3. And this sum must be 72. Okay, can I multiply over 6p squared equals 72? 72 divided by 3 is 24, right? Bring everything to the left-hand side. We can divide by 6. As I divide by 6, I got 4. And is it 18? 12, sorry, 12, right? What's the factor of 12 here? I should use 6 and 2 plus and minus. Now p can be 2 or -6. Okay, this one, be very careful. Which answer should I take? Hey, which answer should I take? P must equal to 2. Why can't we take -6? Some people say no, P must be positive. The question never say P is positive. From part A, we already say P must be between -3 to 3, right? The range just from part A, right? So we take P equals to 2. Can't take P equals to -6, yeah, because of the range from part A. We can write this as a sum to infinity of a geometric progression, 0.135, repeat itself up, plus the first 3 already taken, so leave it at 0, 0, 0, 135. The first 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 135. Because the question already said here, by using the sum to infinity. So we are going to write this as your A divided by 1 minus R. By the way, how do you find your R? You take your T2, divide by your T1. This is 0, sorry, this is 0. divide by your T1, 0.135, you get 0.001, right? 0.001. So actually, you can use your calculator directly and do it. Take 0.135, divide by 0.999, 5/37. Okay, B, I'm going to split this into 0.2 plus 0.07 plus 0.007, 0.0007. Now, in this case, right, this is your GP. This is not your GP. 0.2 is not part of your geometric progression. So we have to change this to fractions separately. But I know 0.2 is very easy to change, right? You can use your calculator or use brain. 1/5, right? This one, your sum to infinity will be A 0.07 divided by 1 minus R. Your R is actually 0.1. Now, if you're not sure, just take the second, divide by first, you get 0.1. Okay, we have to calculate them separately. Everyone, let's count separately. 0.07 divide 1 minus 0.1, 7/90. Can we add them up? 7/90 plus 1/5. My answer is 5/18. Okay, let's counter check. You take 5/18, right? You change the decimal. Is it the same thing? 0.2, 7777, and so on. Okay, finding Tn from Sn, we have this formula in arithmetic, but this is for geometric. So it's the same thing. I think the proof, you can work it out yourself. The proof for this is easier than arithmetic. Arithmetic is harder. Geometry is easier. You can try to work it out. It's not difficult. Okay, so let's look at example 23. The sum of the first n term of a geometric progression is given by this. Find the value of fifth term. Okay, what is T5? T5 is your S5 minus S4. So let's put 5 inside. Okay, so this will be 5, right? S4 will be 4 minus 2, 2 minus 4. Okay, guys, this is 4 minus 1/3, right? 2 power 3. 2 power 3 is 8. You can use your calculator. 4 minus 1/2 power 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 disappeared. Negative 1/8 plus 1/4. Answer is 3. Is it 1/8? Is it 1/8? Yeah. Now, how do you find sum to infinity? There are actually two ways to find sum to infinity. Yeah. A lot of people tend to find out what is your first term. Your first term, T1, is the same as S1, which is 2 minus 1. We can write 4 minus 2. It gives us 2. Now, to find your common ratio, again, a lot of people tend to find T2 divide T1. Find out your T2 first, but actually you don't need to do that. Do you know that Sn, right? Okay, come to think of it, it'd be hard also for you all to think. Okay, I'll show you the slow way first. What's your T2? Your T2 is S2 minus S1. I know S2 is this, 2 minus 2. S1 is 2. This is 4 minus 1, right? 2, anything power 0. 2 power 0 is 1. So this is actually 3 minus 2. My T2 is 1. So what's your common ratio? Common ratio is T2 divide T1, which is half. So your sum to infinity is A divide 1 minus half. Answer is just 4. Okay, I have a faster way. Now, remember, what is the condition for sum to infinity? Do you remember? Sum to infinity, your R should be between -1 to 1, right? And when you take your n approaches infinity, your R power n must approach 0. So using this concept, if you replace your n with infinity, your sum to infinity is here. Put infinity inside. You get 2 minus infinity. I know it sounds weird, right? What is 2 minus infinity? It's negative infinity, right? You got 2, you got like 9 billion people, right? 8 billion people, you kill 2 of them, Benedict and Chester. How many do you have left? Still 8 billion people, right? It doesn't make a difference, right? So this will be 1/2 power infinity. That will be 0, right? Answer is just 4. M term to n term. Okay, so Tm to Tn. Okay, guys, this formula we've done before in your arithmetic. Yeah, now for geometric. Okay, come. Let's look at this. Okay, find the sum from the fourth term to the seventh term. Okay, so what is your A, guys? Your A is 64. Your common ratio is 160 over 64. What is that? 160 divide 64. That will give us, 5 over 2. Okay, you're finding the sum from the fourth term to the seventh term. That means you're finding T4 to T7. So let me put a dot here. P7, S7 minus S3. Okay, so what is your S7? Use the formula for geometry is A, R, N minus 1, R minus 1. Okay, for S3, right, you can use the formula, but I'm thinking actually it's easier to add this up, right? 64 plus 160 plus 400. Is it easier to add them up? Right? So I just use a calculator, 64 bracket. This is 5 over 2 minus 1. And the top part here, I'll put, very big number, 5 over 2, close bracket, power 7 minus 1. Okay, so and for this sum, the other sum, right, I think I'll just take 64 plus 160 plus 400. Okay, guys, 25375. 25375. Now, I have another method, second method. Now, some people may say, why don't we find out the value of your fourth term first? We know the common ratio is 5 over 2. 400 times 5 over 2 is 1000, right? So we start counting from 1000. Now, if T4 is your first term, right? So 4 minus 3 is 1. 7 minus 3 is 4. That means there are 4 terms. We find S4 starting from 1000. So it's 5 over 4 power, 5 over 2 power 4 minus 1, divide 5 over 2 minus 1. Okay, in a way, this is easier because you don't have to type in so many things. Okay, let me just change it here. Change this one. We can see this. Change this. Okay, we're going to change this n to power 4. And change your A, instead of 64, we change to 1000. Okay. See, we got the same answer, 25375. 25375. Now, the sum of the first n term of the geometric progressions, they are given as this, right? 9,555. Yeah. So I know my first term A is 7. My common ratio is 28 divided by 7, which is 4. And my Sn is 9 with 555. So let's use the formula A, R, N minus 1, R minus 1. The outcome is 9,555. Yeah. So we would take 7 divided by 3. Yeah? So this is 7 over 3, right, on the left-hand side. So I'm going to bring it over. Basically, I'm taking 9,555 divide 7 over 3, or you can just times 3 over 7, 4095. So 4 power n minus 1 is 4095. Bring the 1 over, 4 power n is 4096. 4096, we can use our calculator and just do this. Shift factorize is 2 power 12. Okay, well, it's a bit hard because this is base 4. So I think I'll just take 4 power 6. 4 power 6. You see that? 4096. Okay, so it's 4 power 6. By comparison, very simple. And it's just 6. So this one you're finding for a minimum number of terms, all right, such that your Sn is greater than 200. So let's start with the formula for Sn. Now remember, your A is 36. Your common ratio is 30 divide 36. This is 5 over 6. 5 over 6. So we can sub inside. Your A is 36, bracket 1 minus 5 over 6 power n divided by 1 minus 5 over 6. The result is greater than 200. So use your calculator. Let's take 200, right? You multiply by, this is 1 minus 5 over 6. So it's basically 1 over 6, right? Then you divide by 36. Okay. So I have 25 over 27. So 1 minus 5 over 6 power n. Okay, this is greater than 25 over 27. Okay, I hope I don't make any mistake here. 25, 27, correct? 200 times 1 over 6 divided by 36. Okay, now, next, we're going to bring this to the right, bring this to the left, or you prefer, some people prefer to bring the 1 over also can. So if you bring the 1 over, this would be 5 over 6 power n more than negative 2 over 27. Remember, whenever you times and divide with a negative number, my symbol has to change less than 2 over 27. Then you introduce log on both sides of the equation, bring the power down, and then whenever you divide them, you change the symbol. So this is log. Oh, where's my log here? Log, oh, mine. Shift log. Okay, 2 over 27. Then you divide by log 5 over 6. Do you know why I changed the symbol? Because log 5 over 6 is a negative number. Yeah, log of any number between 0 and 1 is negative. Yeah, any number between 0 and 1, you take the logarithm is negative. So the symbol you have to change. So it's 14.28. N more than 14.28, we take n equals to 15. Now, that means what we are saying is that the minimum number of terms for this sum to be more than 200 is S15. You can double check your calculator, as in we take 36 bracket 1 minus 5 over 6 power 15. All right, this is 15. Then you divide by 1 minus 5 over 6. There you go. My answer is 201.98. So we know that the sum is more than 200. Okay. Maybe I add in one more line for you in case you can't see. Log 5 over 6 is a negative number, negative 0.0792. So it's negative 0.0792 n less than. Let's take log 2 over 27. All right, 2 over 27, negative 1.1303. 1.1303. So when you see that, when I type the value of logarithm, you can see it's negative, right? And anytime you have an inequality involving negative, when you divide them, you got to change the symbol. Yeah, that's why we change the symbol here. So sometimes you can't see or you've forgotten about it. If n is a number between 0 and 1, logarithm of base 10n is always negative, and that's going to affect your symbol here. Yeah, so you got to remember to change the symbol. Okay, solving problem involving simultaneous equation. So we have done this for arithmetic. So we do the same thing for geometric. Sum of the first three terms of a geometric progression is 65. All right, so this one we write S3 equals 65. Now, when we say sum of the next three terms, okay, picture this. The first three terms is D1, D2, D3. This is the first three terms. The next three terms starts from D4, D5, D6. This is the next three term. Yeah. This is the first three term. This is the first six term. So if you're finding D4, D5, D6, we're actually taking S6 minus S3. And this sum is 1755. Okay, for S3, we use A, R power 3 minus 1 over R minus 1. Now, again, some of you may say, should I use 1 minus R power 3? Or actually, you can use any. Right? Because remember, geometric progression, you have two versions. For R less than 1, we use this one. For R more than 1, we use the first one. It doesn't matter. We can use anyone. Yeah. So, but before I sub in the S6 formula, since I know S3 is 65. So I'll sub in first. And from here on, only then I sub in R6 minus 1, R minus 1. Okay, so 1755, if you add 65, is 1820. Am I right? Yeah, 1820. This will be my equation number 2. Okay, to solve this a little bit different from what we have been doing, because you cannot substitute directly. But what we can do is we can take equation 2, divide equation 1. So yeah, R6 minus 1. R minus 1 here. There's a R3 minus 1, R minus 1. This is 1820 divide 65. Now we can cancel A and A. We can cancel R minus 1, R minus 1. I'm left with R power 6. Okay, that R power 6, right, we can factorize to R3. Okay, maybe I write one extra step for you. Yeah, one extra step for you. Let me write this down first. 1820. 1820, you divide by 65, you should get 28, right? So your R power 6, right? Everybody, your R power 6, you can think of it as A squared minus B squared, where we can factorize to A plus B, A minus B. If you have R power 6, you can factorize to R power 3 plus 1 minus 1, right? So this is the technique you need to know, right? One is a plus, another is a minus, divide by R3 minus 1, the result is 28. As we can cancel them, your R3 plus 1 equals to 28. Your R3 is 27, cube root of 27, R is 3. Now, I've got my R, I got my common ratio already. I want to find the first term. So I sub inside equation 1. Equation 2 also can, but equation 1 will be easier. Your R is 3, 3 power 3, 27, right? Divide 3 minus 1 equals 65. This is 27 minus 1, 26. 26 divided 2 is 13. You can use your calculator. My A is 5. So the second term of a geometric progression is 12. So D2 is 12. Sum to infinity is 64. So we use the formula AR equals to 12, right? First equation. Sum to infinity is A divided by 1 minus R, and this is 64. This is equation number 2. Then let's take equation 1 divided by 2 or 2 divided by 1. I personally like 2 divided by 1 because when I divide them, right, this is AR divide A1 minus R. 12 divide 64. Because when I divide them, what happened is that this one will be flipped up. And I can cancel in A. I'm left with R1 minus R. 12 divided by 64. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 65 divided by 4 is 16. So what we have here is a quadratic equation. You can multiply a 16 up. 16R squared equals to 3. Rearrange it. 16R squared minus 16R plus 3 equals 0. And let's double bracket factorize them. What is a factor of 16? 16 and 48. 4 and 12. Minus, right? They're both negative. R is 1 over 4 and R is 3 over 4. Okay, so we take these two and sub inside your equation number 1. Sub inside equation number 1. Your A is now the first one, 48. The second one, 3 over 4 equals to 12. There's an A here, sorry. Your A is 16. Correct? So there are 2 answers for R, 2 answers for A. Okay, just to take note, here my R are acceptable. Why? Sometimes your R value, right, may not be between -1 and 1. Remember, for sum to infinity to exist, right, your R must be between -1 and 1. If it's not, then you're going to reject your R value. But in this case, I can take both R value out. Both R value are valid. They are both between -1 and 1. So you got 2 answers for R, 2 answers for A. Solving daily problem involving geometric progression. I have a few questions, starting with this one. Okay. In the diagram shows position of a particle which travels along a straight line PQ. The particle travels 50 meters the first second. The distance traveled each subsequent second is k times the distance traveled in the preceding second. Means what? K times. Means it's a geometric, right? It can be half the times, twice. It can be bigger, it can be short. The distance traveled can be longer or can be shorter, right? So then they say, given a distance traveled in the 5th second is 20.48. Find the value of k. Okay. So distance travel in the fifth second is 20.48. So, and then they say the distance travel in the subsequent second is k times. That means tn plus 1 divide tn. Basically, this is your r, right? Is k, isn't it? This is your r. So your common ratio is k, right? So we know your a, first term, is 50. Your common ratio is k. Your n is 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. This is 20.48. Now, let's take 20.48, divide by 50. 20.48 divide by 50, you should get 0.4096, right? K power 4 is 0.4096. You can change the decimal or fraction, up to you. So I'll just use decimal here. Then if you bring the power over, right, it's going to be power 1 over 4. So that will give us 4 over 5 or 0.8. So let me write here 0.4096 power 1 over 4. This is 0.8. Okay, you can leave it as 4 over 5. Next, calculate the total distance traveled in the first 4 seconds. Yeah, the total distance traveled in the first 4 seconds. Total is S4, right? And S4 is what? The formula A, we know our A, right? 50. What's your common ratio? Your common ratio in this case is 0.8, is less than 1. So I use the second formula, 1 minus 0.8 power 4 divide 1 minus 0.8. Okay, use your calculator. 50 bracket 1 minus 0.8 power 4 divide by 1 minus 0.8. Okay, answer is this, 147.6. Yeah, 147.6 meter. So that is the total distance traveled in the first 4 seconds. Okay, part C. So there will be those type of question that ask you, can this happen? Give a reason. Yeah, so-called K-bar, but it's not really K-bar. Will the particle reach point Q? Although it's a question, you cannot say yes, no. You must give a reason, and your reason must be a mathematical reason. You cannot say, oh, it looks like it's never going to make it. No, right? So we have to use what? Anybody know? Yes, Renessa. Infinity, sum to infinity, because we don't know what's the end, right? It may be, are you going to test 1 by 1, S3, S10, S20, S40? No, just go and do sum to infinity. We know sum to infinity exists when your R is between -1 and 1, right? Okay, so your A is, what is your A again? 50 divided by 1 minus R, 0.8. So let's take 50 divide by 1 minus 0.8. You should get 250. Oh, no. Will it make it? Nope. This is less than 250. 256 meter, right? So, okay, we say particle will not reach point Q. When you talk about putting money in the bank, you make a profit, increase, price increase, reduction, reduce in percentage term, they're always geometric, because geometry is a ratio. Okay? Arithmetic is always a constant increment or constant reduction. So here in 2018, Syarikat Maju earned a profit of 48,700. The profit increases by X% because they are Maju, right? They always improve, right? So every year. So the profit earned in 2022 is 76,630. Calculate the integer value of X. Okay, so this is geometric for sure. But I know 2018 is your T1. Yeah, it's your T1 or your A, which is 48700. What is 2022? T1. You plus 4, right? If you plus 4 is T5. It's not T4, it's T5. 76630. So the profit increased by X% every year. Of course, in real life, we don't say, you cannot increase a constant value. We always say CAGR, cumulative average growth rate. Yeah, it's like an average, right? In real life, we always use that term, right? CAGR, or is it compound and annual? Sorry, I say it wrongly. Not cumulative. It's compound annual growth rate. right? CAGR. So now we start off with your 48700. Your common ratio, I don't know. The n is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4, 76630. R power 4 is now, use a calculator, 76630 divide 48700. So guys, we got a very weird number. You can change the fraction. Oh, I'll take a decimal, right? 1.5735. 1.5735. So to find R, you need to take this number power 1 over 4. Yeah, it's rather similar to my question just now. Power 1 over 4, and you should get 1.12. Your common ratio is 1.12. Okay, 1.12 means what? Means what? This is in common ratio, in percentage. If you multiply by hundreds, 1.12 is your, you need to minus 1 multiply by 100 to get 12%. Right? Actually, I shouldn't write percent because this X is already in percent. So it's 12, right? Isn't it? So meaning the company's profit is actually growing at 12% a year. Yeah, every year increased by 12%. Okay, now next, the year in which the total profit earned exceed 1 million for the first time. So your profit is growing up. Now, total profit. So the key word is total. That means you're not using TN, we're using SN. Okay, your SN more than 1 million, right? So what's the formula? A, what's your A? 48700. Common ratio 1.12 power n more minus 1. 1.12 minus 1. Okay, let's make this longer. More than 1 million. Okay, so let's take 1 million. More zero here. Okay, divide by 48700. Then you multiply by 0.12. You know, 1.12 minus 1 is 0.12. Okay, whatever you get, can I plus 1 straight away? Okay, I plus 1 straight away. So this one is 3.464. So 1.12n is more than 3.464. 3.464. You want to put one more decimal point? Go ahead. So we know we can't solve this directly. Whenever you see inequality, we have to use logarithm. If it's equal sign, then we can just compare, right? Here we introduce log on the left, log on the right. Bring the power down. 3.464. N is more than, okay, take a logarithm of this number, log of this number. You divide by log of 1.12. You should get 10.96. Right. If you get 10.96 means what? N must be 11. So after 11 years, your profit, total profit, the cumulative profit will be more than 1 million. Right. So let's do your, we're not done yet. Huh? We need to know which year, right? We know T1 is 2018. T11 will be what? You have to plus 10. Remember this method? You plus 10 to get it to 11. When you plus 10, the year is, if you plus 10, the year is 2028. So we write year 2028. Come, let's discuss. Okay. Diagram shows an infinite series of equilateral triangle. The first triangle ABC has length of side of 2x. Given that EFG are the midpoint, EFG are midpoint AB, BC, and AC respectively. IGH are the midpoint of, they are the midpoint of EF, DF, and DE respectively. Area triangle form geometric progression. Find the common ratio. Okay, so I know it'll be hard for you to see this. And now we have two options to find area triangle. One is by using half AB sine C. Another is to use half times base times height. So it's up to you. Actually, half AB sine C is easier. I would like to recommend half AB sine C, but some people don't want to do solution or triangle. Okay, so this is how your triangle ABD looks like. Okay, this, if you extend, is your C, right? So 2x half of it, because D is a midpoint, so this becomes x, right? Should I? Your E is here. I don't care about E. I don't want E. I just want to focus on this one. So we know this is also 2x. So what is your BD? Come to think of it, can I just use half AB sine C is easier? Right? Because otherwise you want to find the height is harder. Okay, sorry guys, I changed my mind. Sorry. I changed my mind. Let me just draw the first triangle for you. A, B, C. We know this is 2x. This is 2x. Okay? This also 2x. Okay? So this one is 60, right? So your area of triangle for the first one is half A, B, sine C. So this will give us 2x squared sine 60. You can use your calculator. Sine 60 is sec 3 over 2. Okay, if you simplify further, you get sec 3 x squared. Now, for the second triangle, although it's upside down, E, F, G, but we know the length is the same because it's equilateral. That means picture this. This is 60, right? This is 60, right? This is 60, right? This is x. Therefore, this is x. This is also x, right? So although it's upside down, but the length of side are all x, right? It's half. And this is 60 as well. Up to you, whichever you want to use. My T2 is half x times x. You can write x squared sine 60, right? Sorry, my sec 3 looks ugly here. This will be half x squared sec 3 over 2, which is sec 3 over 4 x squared. Okay, so you're supposed to find the common ratio. Now, you don't have to show that the first three term forms a geometric progression. I'm sure you've seen those before, right? They say show that the first three term of first three area of triangle forms a geometric. Okay, but here we're not finding the first three. We just had to find the first two to find out our common ratio. And what's our common ratio? T2 divide by your T1. Answer is 1 over 4. Next, given the area of the fourth triangle is this, right? 3 over 4 sec 3. Find the value of x. Okay, area of the fourth triangle. Okay, so area of fourth triangle is D4. We know this is 3 over 4 sec 3. Use the formula. My A is sec 3 x squared. My common ratio is 1 over 4. Your n is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 over 4 sec 3. Okay, use your calculator. I think we can just cancel this, right? Guys, we can just cancel this 2, right? And divide this. Okay, this 3 over 4, you are dividing it with, or should I multiply? Multiply with 4 power 3, you should get 48. Well, your x squared is 48. X is, oh, it's not a nice number. You can write square root of 48 is 16 times 3, 4 sec 3. Okay, now let's find sum to infinity. This is your B Roman 1. Sum to infinity of the triangle will be A, which is sec 3. My A, I already know. My A is sec 3 with your x squared. Your x squared is 48 divided by 1 minus r. What's your common ratio r? 1 over 4. Very ugly though. So this is 48. You divide by 3 over 4. That gives us 64. 64 sec 3. Yeah, your answer have set. Doesn't matter.
If this video helped you, you can get my advanced book from Shopee or Lazada or by searching Teliti. For full step-by-step learning, check out my e-course or join my classes at Pusat Tuition Teliti. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.